Individual or personal social responsibility and the Sigalowada Sutra. Social responsibility is one of major concern in the field of the management because of it has significant impact to the individual, business as well as the society. Here the main focus is individual or personal responsibility, and the concept of individual social responsibility links with the one of the Buddhist Sutra. Sigalowada Sutra. The Sigalowada Sutra is a famous sutra among the Buddhist laymen, and it discusses the code of behavior for the layman. Usually, the sense of social responsibility leads to the large-scale organization. However, the concept of social responsibility is not rested on the large-scale organization. It is to be done by the micro level, such as individual level. Therefore, social responsibility has two branches. One is individual social responsibility and other is organizational social responsibility. Organizational social responsibility consists of responsibilities for the society by the private companies, public institutions, non-governmental entities, and educational organizations. Now we have to get idea about the meaning of social responsibility. Followings are few definitions which try to elaborate the concept of social responsibility. Social responsibility is an ethical framework and suggests that an entity, be it an organization or individual, has an obligation to act for the benefit of society at large. One of main point of this definition is that social responsibility is an ethical framework. Ethical frameworks are designed and implemented to ensure that the choices and actions of an organization or company reflect and uphold its ethics, rather than providing step-by-step processes. Frameworks outline the key aspects of ethical solutions to routine problems. The second point is that obligation of people. Obligation is an act or course of action to which a person is morally or legally bound. A duty or commitment. Then, it is clear that as an social entity, we have the legal and moral bound about our actions and decisions to protect and well-being of the general society. The second idea about social responsibility is, social responsibility is a moral principle of an entity that can be an organization or individual working to improve the lives of others in society. This definition highlights moral principles and improvement of the lives of others. Moral principles are guidelines that people live by to make sure they are doing the right thing. These include things like honesty, fairness, and equality. Moral principles can be different for everyone because they depend on how a person was raised and what is important to them in life. The third idea about social responsibility is given here in individual perspective. Individual social responsibility refers to the individual's perception of what he should do in order to help society. According to this definition, individual perception play big role to determine the support of others in the society. Individual social responsibility represents the responsibility of each person for the activities he or she gets involved in. Moreover, it means that everyone has a moral responsibility to perform so that he or she should not affect the people around him or her. Then, it is clear that every individual should dedicate to supporting various social causes. He or she should not give importance to material things, but to focus on the welfare of others. As this idea about individual social responsibility, material things given to the social groups are not more important than overall welfare of the society. Individual social responsibility could work only if the individual rises above his or her own interest and supports causes that will provide benefits to a large number of people. There are many behaviors defining the person socially responsible, which are the trust and loyalty to others. Trust means assured reliance on the character, ability, strength, or truth of someone or something. And loyalty means faithfulness to commitments or obligations. The interest and sensitivity to the needs of the group/society. Interest means the feeling of wanting to know or learn about something or someone. And sensitivity means the quality or state of being sensitive. The sense of responsibility towards problems with general social impact. The positive and constructive participation in community life, volunteering. Here the volunteering is important factor when doing social responsibility. The openness to cooperation and negotiation. Openness of individual in the situation of solving social problems are important, and it should be done through cooperation and positive negotiation. The community spirit and the solidarity in actions of public interest. Spirit means a special attitude or frame of mind, and solidarity means unity, as of a group or class, that produces or is based on community of interests, objectives, and standards. Respect for the feelings and rights of others. Empathy and social sensibility. Social responsibility of an individual is to be done through the respect of others. How to respect? It should be done the way of getting the feeling of the rights of others, empathy of others, and sensibility of others. The responsibility of citizens in the development of a sustainable society. Ultimately, individual has to develop sustainable society through his or her overall actions. Dimensions of individual social responsibility. Now we have to look about the dimensions of individual social responsibility. The responsibility of each person regarding the influence of its acts and decisions on the economic, social and environmental aspects of life. Then, action and decisions of individuals are important to do the social responsibility. The decisions taken by a person as a member of the society in order to minimize the negative impacts and maximize the positive impacts on the social, environmental and economic environment. The impact of decisions and actions are important. The dimensions of personal social responsibility can be identified as economic, legal, ethical, discretionary and environmental responsibilities. It means that the sense of altruistic duty towards society of an individual. 15. As conclusion about the dimension of individual social responsibility. The awareness of people about their actions are important. Why? Actions of individuals have impact on other people as well as entire community. Now we will review the key areas of individual social responsibility. First, awareness of own actions affecting to other people and communities. Second, respect for feelings of others. Third, respect for rights of others. Fourth, act and decisions leading to maximize economic impacts of own and others. Fifth, act and decisions leading to maximize social impacts of own and others. Sixth, act and decisions leading to maximize environmental impacts. Seventh, act and decisions leading to maximize legal impacts. Eighth, act and decisions leading to maximize ethical impacts. 9. Act and decisions leading to maximize discretionary impacts. Sigalowada Sutra. The Sigalowada Sutra discussed 6 directions. The parents should be looked upon as the east, teachers as the south, wife and children as the west, friends and associates as the north, servants and employees as the nadir, ascetics and Brahmans as the zenith. There are 12 main parties covered by the Sigalowada Sutra and 61 main obligations are discussed. These parties are parents and children, teachers and students, husband and wife, clansmen and friends, employer and employee, ascetics and laymen. Children obligations towards parents are given in Sigalowada Sutra. First one is that having supported me I shall support them. This obligation discuss the feelings, social, and ethical responsibilities of individual. Secondal one is that I shall do their duties. It leads to feelings, social, and ethical responsibilities of an individual. Third one is that I shall keep the family tradition. Feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary aspects of social responsibility are highlighted. Fourth one is that I shall make myself worthy of my inheritance. This obligation discusses the feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary aspects. Fifth one is that I shall offer alms in honor of my departed relatives. Feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary aspects are discussed in this obligation. Parent obligations towards children. First one, it that restrain from evil. It implies that feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary aspects of responsibility. Second one is that encourage to do good. This obligation leads to feelings, right, social, ethical, legal, and discretionary. Third one is that train for a profession. Feelings, economic, social, ethical, and discretionary aspects are discussed. Fourth one is that arrange a suitable marriage. Feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary aspects of responsibility are discussed. Last one is that at the proper time hand over inheritance. Feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary are the main points of this obligation. Student obligations towards teachers are explained below. First one is that by rising from the seat in salutation. Feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Second one is that by attending on him. Feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Third one is that by eagerness to learn. Feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Fourth one is that by personal service. Feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Last one is that by respectful attention while receiving instructions. Feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Followings are the obligations of teacher towards students. First one is that train students in the best discipline. This obligation leads to discuss the aspects of feeling, right, social, legal, ethical, and discretionary for the social responsivity. Second one is that grasp the lessons well. Feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary are the aspects of social responsibility. Third one is that instruct them in the arts and sciences. Feeling, right, social, legal, ethical, and discretionary are the important dimensions. Fourth one is that introduce students to teachers, friends and associates. Feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary are important aspects of social responsibility. Fifth one is that provide safety in every situations. Feeling, right, social, ethical, and discretionary. Husband obligations towards wife are given below. First one is that by being courteous to her. Main aspects of responsibility are feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary. Second one is that by not despising her. Feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary. Third one is that by being faithful to her. Feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary. Fourth one is that by handing over authority to her. Feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary. Last one is that by providing her with adornments. Feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary. Wife obligations towards husband are explained below. First one is that she performs her duties well. Feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary and the main aspects. Second one is that she is hospitable to relations and attendants. Feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Third one is that she is faithful. Feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Fourth one is that she protects what he brings. Feelings, economic, social, ethical, and discretionary. Last one is that she is skilled and industrious in discharging her duties, feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Klansman obligations towards his friends. First one is that by liberality, social responsibility aspects are feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Second one is that by courteous speech, feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Third one is that by being helpful, feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Fourth one is that by being impartial, feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Last one is that by sincerity, feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Followings are the friend's obligations towards Klansman. First one is that protect him when he is heedless, feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary. Second one is that protect his property when he is heedless, feeling, economic, social, ethical, and discretionary. Third one is that become a protection when he is in danger, feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary. Fourth one is that do not forsake him in his troubles, feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary. Last one is that show consideration for his family, feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary. Employer obligations towards employee. First one is that by assigning them work according to their ability, feelings, right, social, and ethical are the social responsible aspects of this obligation. Second one is that by supplying them with food and with wages, feelings, right, economic, social, and legal. Third one is that by treatment them in sickness, feelings, right, social, legal, and ethical. Fourth one is that by sharing with them any delicacies, feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Last one is that by granting them leave at times, feelings, right, social, legal, and ethical. Employee obligations towards employer are given below. First one is that they rise before him, feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary are the aspects of social responsibility of this obligation. Second one is that they go to sleep after him, feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary. Third one is that they take only what is given, feeling, social, legal, and ethical. Fourth one is that they perform their duties well, feeling, social, legal, and ethical. Last one is that they uphold his good name and fame, feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary. Followings are the layman obligations towards ascetics and Brahmans. First one is that by lovable deeds, feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Second one is that by lovable words, feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Third one is that by lovable thoughts, feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Fourth one is that by keeping open house to them, feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Fifth one is that by supplying their material needs, feelings, social, ethical, and discretionary. Ascetics and Brahmans obligations towards laymen are given below. First one is that they restrain him from evil, feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary. Second one is that they persuade him to do good, feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary. Third one is that they love him with a kind heart, feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary. Fourth one is that they make him hear what he has not heard, feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary. Fifth one is that they clarify what he has already heard, feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary. Last one is that they point out the path to a heavenly state, feeling, social, ethical, and discretionary. In addition to the 61 obligations of each party explained in Sigalowada Sutra, there are different aspects of human behaviors are also explained. Followings are the points that can be gained to develop our sense of social responsibility. 6 channels for dissipating wealth are given in the Sigalowada Sutra. First one is that pleasure in intoxicants. This dissipating wealth leads to discuss the aspects of feeling, economic, social, legal, and ethical. Second one is that sauntering in streets at unseemly hours, feeling, economic, social, legal, and ethical. Third one is that frequenting theatrical shows, feeling, economic, social, and ethical. Fourth one is that pleasure in gambling, feeling, economic, social, legal, and ethical. Fifth one is that association with evil companions, feeling, economic, social, and ethical. Sixth one is that the habit of idleness, feeling, economic, social, and ethical. Consequences of addicting intoxicants are also explained in the Sigalowada Sutra. One is that loss of wealth, economic is the aspect of social responsibility. Second is increase of quarrels, feeling, rights, social, legal, and ethical. Third is openness to disease, economic, and social. Fourth is earning an evil reputation, economic, and social. Fifth is shameless exposure of body, feeling, rights, social, and ethical. Sixth is weakening of intellect, economic, and social. Consequences in sauntering in streets at unseemly hours. First is unprotected and unguarded himself, economic, social, and ethical. Second is his wife and children are unprotected, feeling, rights, economic, social, legal, and ethical. Third is his property is unprotected, economic. Fourth is he is suspected of evil deeds, social, legal, and ethical. Fifth is he is subject to false rumors, feeling, social, and ethical. Sixth is he meets with many troubles, feeling, social, and ethical. Consequences in frequenting theatrical shows. First one is that where is there dancing? It leads to discuss the aspects of social and ethical. Second one is that where is there singing? Social and ethical. Third one is that where is there music? Social and ethical. Fourth one is that where is there recitation? Social, ethical. Fifth one is that where is there playing with cymbals? Social and ethical. Sixth one is that where is there pot blowing? Social and ethical. Consequences in allowing in gambling. First is the winner causes for hate, feelings, social and ethical. Second is the loser grieves for lost wealth, feelings, and economic. Third is loss of wealth, economic. Fourth is his word is not relied upon in a court of law, legal. Fifth is he is hated by his friends and associates, feeling, social, and ethical. Sixth is he is not desired for matrimony. For people would say he is a gambler and is not fit to look after a wife, feeling, social, and ethical. Consequences in associating with evil companions. First is any gambler, feeling. Economic, social, legal, and ethical. Second is any libertine, feeling. Economic, social, legal, and ethical. Third is any drunkard, feeling. Economic, social, legal, and ethical. Fourth is any swindler, feeling. Economic, social, legal, and ethical. Fifth is any cheat, feeling. Economic, social, legal, and ethical. Sixth is any rowdy, feeling. Economic, social, legal, and ethical. Consequences in being addicted to idleness. He does no work. Saying. Then. First one is that it is extremely cold, economic, social, and ethical. Second one is that it is extremely hot, economic, social, and ethical. Third one is that it is too late in the evening, economic, social, and ethical. Fourth one is that it is too early in the morning, economic, social, and ethical. Fifth one is that he is extremely hungry, economic, social, and ethical. Last one is that he is too full, economic, social, and ethical. Review of individual social responsibility with Sigalowada Sutra. In this section, we will review the theories of social responsibility illustrated in the Sigalowada Sutra. When considering the social context, the Sigalowada Sutra covers 12 parties in the society. As an individual, it explains the large scope of his or her social network. Therefore, it seems that it is more sufficient to explain the individual social responsibility because it examines the 12 different parties in the general society. Almost all the obligations of each party examines the different aspects such as feelings of others, rights of others, economic impacts of others, social impacts for others, legal impact for others, ethical impact for others, discretionary impacts for others. It concluded that the Sigalowada Sutra explains. First one is that own behavior leads to make good, or bad, effects of others. Second one is that own behavior leads to make good, or bad, effects to the economic system. Third one is that own behavior leads to make good, or bad, effects to the social system. Fourth one is that own behavior leads to make good, or bad, effects to legal system. Last one is that own behavior leads to make good, or bad, effects to ethical system. In addition, the Sigalowada Sutra explains the awareness of own actions and decisions that are affected both himself or herself and others in the society. The Western philosophy of social responsibility is always remained at one direction. It means that social responsibility leads from individual to others parties. It does not explain the returning part of the social obligations. However, the Sigalowada Sutra explain the relationship between different parties as interdependent way. As example, parent obligations towards children as well as children obligation towards parent. This is two ways interaction and obligation of one party leads to encourage the obligation of other party. Then, as this picture, obligations of parents lead to children as well as children's obligations lead to parents. Both parties live with harmony because of matching the two sets of obligations. It seems that the relationship between both parties are matured and full of understanding. When comparing with the theories developed in the Western, this approach of social responsibility is unique in the literature. There is no any disputes and conflicts between the both parties in the sense of social responsibility. As a whole, when considering all 12 parties in the society, This behavior leads to develop harmony between the different parties in the society. According to the Sigalowada Sutra, each party has different set of obligations towards each other. Then, there is a question that why are they doing to commit for their obligations? In other words, why children treat to their parents and why parents treat to their children? The main reason is that each party has different objective or purpose of dealing with others. For example, parents are dealing with their children to fulfill the parents' objectives while children are dealing with their parents to fulfill the children's objectives. Employer is dealing with employees to fulfill his or her objectives and employees are dealing with employer to fulfill. This explains that each party has objective to fulfill from other party. Now you have idea about the meaning of dealing of different people in the society with different parties. As this picture, all parties are dealing with others because of fulfilling their objectives. Obligations given in the Sigalowada Sutra are the ways of fulfilling the objectives of each parties. As implied by the Sigalowada Sutra, individual social responsibility is a concept of fulfilling the objectives of each party with the maximum level.